I've got it tuned right now, it's going to stay with that 562. Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. You know, Proyama reached out to me about 2 weeks ago and asked me if I would take a look at their new design 62 chainsaw. So I told them I would. And being a master ASC certified technician and having been an engine specialist for Caterpillar and now the director of the largest technology center teaching over 450 diesel and automotive techs and chainsaw and motorcycle technicians, I told him I would take a look and I'd give him a very honest opinion. You've seen us on these channels. Take a look at many different chainsaws. I'm excited about this one because I'm going to tell you there is a special feature about this particular chainsaw that will rival this famous chainsaw right here. And I will show you those in a minute. And I'm also going to show you how to get the most out of this chainsaw, how to get the most horsepower and efficiency out of this chainsaw. So let's take a look inside. So what we have here is we have a very nice carrying pouch. They sent us 2 bars. There's a 22-inch bar, and that will probably be closer to a 20-inch. And then we got an 18-inch bar. We continue looking here. We got our brake side cover. Not a bad little design. It's about like most of them. We'll set that over here. Look in here. We got a little face shield. The rest of it to go with it. And you know, if you're just a first-time saw owner and you want some protection, you know, these will work fine. We got hearing protection, so I'll say if you don't have any other hearing protection, put these on. They will save your ears. See, we also got our fuel can that you see in every one of our videos. And then we also got our scabbard where our bars to go in. Those always work great as far as protecting the chains, protecting your legs, protecting your saw. And then we got our tool pouch with a few extra gaskets, scrinch. Let's see. We also have our manual that has a detail of how to put the saw together. And then we also got our chains. Okay, we got 1 3/8 058 64 tooth. That'll fit the shorter bar. And then we also have the 3/8 058 72 that is made to fit their 22-inch bar as well. And then we get down to the power head. It's a good looking saw. Now I'll tell you what, I really like the design of this particular saw. If you look, they have changed it up. They got new identification. They got a new side cover. A whole new look. Look inside there. You got springs. You got a clear fuel tank, which I really like. See our on and off switch. Choke. Primer bulb. This is not a bad design. You know, overall, friends, I'm really impressed with this particular chainsaw. The overall color scheme, the design, its professional features that it has. I just showed you one, but we'll get more into that in just a second. But right now, let's go ahead and take a look at our air cleaner. All right, we take a look at our air cleaner. It's a pretty good design. See our butterfly work inside the carburetor there. Throttle. The hoses look good. Everything's tight. I'm going to tell you, Proyama is really getting to where they're really putting together some really good chainsaws. You know, you don't have to worry about fines getting in your carburetor with this particular saw like you do some of the higher name brands that you're paying over $1,500 for a chainsaw. It is a big deal. I know we got people out there that's not worried about the fines getting in there, but I'm telling you, as a professional who does this every day, you have to be worried about that. You can see we have our spark plug here, and I'm going to give you a pro tip here. As you look at these, you want to make sure that the spark plug gap is where it needs to be, because on a lot of these chainsaws, sometimes the spark plug gap is only set at about 10. Proyama recommends it to be at 20. We're going to slide that in there. And we're going to see, I know it's at 10, and then all we do is we just slide this around and we see where it's at. Now this one's actually setting on 12. Now there's been some people review these and they haven't got the horsepower, they haven't got the torque out of it. And this is probably the reason why. As you can see here on this particular one, it is only setting on about 12 thousandths. It should be all the way up here between 20 and 30. And I always set those on 25. And that fixes a lot of problems. So those of you that are having trouble getting the RPM and the horsepower out of these, you need to do this immediately. So I'm going to run this up, and I'm going to set it at 25. Now, friends, I would say take a look at my videos on my playlist. I have a whole playlist of chainsaws and equipment, budget chainsaws, and how to get the most out of them. I probably have about 10 different videos, not only on the Proyamas, but the other saws that are doing really well out there. So go take a look at those playlists, and I try to address every issue that you can have on maintenance on those. So the spark plug gap, we knew right out of the box, was only 12 thousandths of an inch. For most of you, that right there alone is going to be a deal where it gets hard to start And they want to make horsepower and they don't want to run. And then you got to come in and you got to tune those. Now I won't tune this today probably, but I will tune it later in a later video, and I'll show you how to properly tune these. And we're going to go out and cut some logs in just a little bit, and I'm going to show you how well this thing actually runs. We'll get you on the right path, and feel free to reach out to me. All right, let's go ahead and put on our bucking spikes real quick. Friends, it's really hot out here. It's about 105 degrees. We've been battling it here in Oklahoma. You may have where you're at too, so we have to take really good advantage of the cooler temperatures, maybe early in the morning and things of that nature. All right, friends, they also put a gasket in here that goes right here. Let's go ahead and put it on here. There we go. We see it all lines up. We'll go ahead and put our bar on. Always make sure we have our cutters going the right direction. Okay, they always go towards the front of the bar. All right, let's go ahead and put our brake cover on. See if we have this adjusted anywhere close. All right, I think that's it. All right, let's pull it down. All right, let's tighten it up. All right, friends, let's go ahead. This thing spins free. You know, there's one more thing that I promised I would show you. You know, these new saws come out with the new anti-vibration. This is what I'm excited about on the Proyama. This may be what sets it apart from any other chainsaw out there. As you can see, we have a spring right here. And then we also have a spring on the bottom. Now, this may look very familiar to a lot of you. And I'm going to show you a saw that has the same spring right here and the same spring on the bottom. So it tells you that Proyama is stepping up their game when they can start rivaling the Husqvarnas and things of that nature. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this thing through the test, and I'm going to see how the anti-vibration works. But I'm telling you right now, friends, from the looks, the appearance, Proyama has really stepped up their game in this particular area. So I'm very impressed, and we're going to see how it runs. All right, friends, Proyama says mix it to 40-to-1, and you know that's what I recommend in every one of my saws is 40-to-1. And simply how you do that is I take a mix that'll mix to 2.5 gallons, put the whole entire contents into your fuel tank, put 2 gallons of gas, and that takes you down to 40-to-1. All right, let's go ahead and put fuel in it. All right, I really like that tank. You can see the fuel level. Now, as we get ready to put oil in here, you can see that the handle is out of the way. But I am going to put about halfway in there just for our demonstration. All right, friends, put in the comments how many pulls you think it's going to take to start this saw. This saw has the easy start, okay? And you know me, as on all the videos I've shown you, we don't drop these easy starts. And one of the reasons is for safety as well, because these things will try to yo-yo. But this easy start mechanism in here, there's 2 sets of springs, okay? And if you're not careful, these springs will fight against each other, and it will cause them to break and to come unwound. So the proper way to start these easy starts is go ahead and just put them down here between your legs. We're going to pull a choke on. We're going to hit our primer until we get fuel. I've now got fuel up here. Choke is on. Switch is on. How many pulls, friends? Go ahead and leave it in the comments. Let's see if it'll start. 1. That's pretty promising. 2 pulls and it pops after we got fuel up. Alright, friends, as you can tell, I'm going to sit here and let it warm up for a while. A lot of people want to get into it real quick, so they get excited. I don't blame you, friends, but I'm here to tell you right now my personal opinion. These things need to warm up. You can tell it's on the high idle right now. I'm not going to flip the trigger. I'm going to sit here and let it run for about another 10 seconds, and then I'll flip the trigger, and then we'll rev it up a little bit. It's very important to let it go through the break-in cycle. Too many people want to start them up and go to a flood immediately. Take a deep breath, step back for a minute, let it warm up, and it'll be good. Alright, you heard it come down. It's idling good. We're going to come back into it just a little bit. You can see another spring right there. So this thing has 3 springs, just like this high dollar 562 right here. I'm very impressed with these saws. Now Now what I'll do is I'll let it run for a little while. I'll let it run for a little while, friends, and then I'm probably going to come back in here and I'll take it out in the wood. I'll run it for a little bit. I fully expect to have to adjust the idle screws on this to get it to where it needed to be. You saw us adjust the spark plug, and that's just for me doing it so many times and knowing these particular saws. Go back and watch that playlist. You'll see what I'm talking about. You saw this was at 12 thousandths. I took it to 25. Proyama recommends 20. I always put them at 25, and it makes it run great. So here we go. First full start up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it up, let it run for about 10-15 seconds, and about a quarter away. Build some heat up in the saw. Now friends, I'll do that 2 or 3 times. We don't have to be in a hurry. This particular saw is going to be a good saw already, I can tell you. You saw what I did beforehand before I ever tried to start it. This saw started perfectly. Now I can tell you one thing too, is I will have to come back in here and dial this carburetor in to make it perfect. And that's just what you have to do. You have to do them with all the different types of saws. I know some of the electronic saws have their own way of resetting and all that. These you can still work on, and for less than 160 bucks, you can't beat these type of saws. One more time. I can tell we're oiling. See the oil right here on my finger. Let's go cut some wood, friends. All right, we got about a 12-inch log here. Let's see what it'll do. I think you can do better than that. Let's go back in and tune it, and then we'll come back out and take a look at it. Hey, that's a lot better. You know, a lot of the issues come from that spark plug gap. Either that or the carburetor misadjusted, but you saw where this spark plug was setting on 12. We took it to 25. It immediately started doing better. But a lot of the issues when they're not pulling through the cut, when they're not revving up, when they're not making horsepower, the first thing you need to check is check the spark plug gap. Set it at 25 thousandths. It made a world of difference with this. And then I took it in a while ago after we did the first set of cuts, and I readjusted the high and low idle on this, made it where it pulled a lot more RPM. We probably got another 800 to 1,000 RPM out of it. It zips right through these cuts now. It will cut with the best of them. I got a few saws that I'm gonna put it up against, like the Husqvarnas and the Steels. You know, some of you may be wondering, is this really a 62cc? Well, the answer is no. It's a 57cc saw. It's an open quad port cylinder. Just like the Beaver 62 and the Garwinter 62, these are all Zenoa clones. If you look at the front, they're all identical. Now, Zenoa is a Japanese saw, very good saw, worth its salt. but these are all the same. They're the exact same power head on all three of those saws. Those saws run great if you tune them right, if you know what you're doing. Go back and watch that playlist of all the diagnostics for all these type of saws. I got a video to meet your need on every one of those. Hey friends, in another video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this saw up against that Husqvarna 562, and we're going to see just how much better that Husqvarna is, or does this Proyama stick right along with it. I'm here to say, the way I've got it tuned right now, it's going to stay with that 562 pretty easy, because that 562 really is only 60cc saw. It's really a 59.8.9 cc saw, so they call it a 62. All that 62 means it's just a 60 series type saw. It's the same way right here. This is a 57cc chainsaw. So 57 and 60, there is a little difference in 3 cc's, but I'm going to say, can I or can I not get as much power and as much RPM out of this particular saw? And hey, if you're on a budget for less than $160, you know, this Proyama PC62X, the new design with the new springs and the suspension system, as you see here, and it's got a spring right here, just like the Husqvarna 562. You know, when you run this, it feels pretty smooth, especially when you got it running like it needs to be running. This thing just screamed through this wood. It's just going to get better as it breaks in, and I will bring you more videos, more troubleshooting videos, and feel free to reach out to me anytime. I'm always here. You know, I appreciate some of you call me the professor. Actually, that is what I do, given my background. I do teach saws, chainsaws, automotive and diesel to about 400 students a year. So feel free to reach out to me. Hey, I appreciate the kudos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share this out if you can. And please hit that hype button. It goes a long ways in getting these type of videos back out to you. Hey, I appreciate you. And remember, love God and love your neighbor.